Gérard Depardieu, the larger-than-life French movie legend, the man with over 200 film credits, a love life wilder than a soap opera, and a personality as big as his wine collection.
I mean, do you think, it's silly to ask him, but do you think of yourself as a sex symbol? But you are a big
No,
sex symbol.
I think of just a bit.
But today, he's not making headlines for his acting or affairs. Depardieu is facing charges in a Paris court for allegedly assaulting two women, a 54-year-old set decorator and a 34-year-old production assistant, on the set of Green Shutters in 2021. The trial was delayed due to his health issues, but now it's happening. If convicted, he's looking at up to 5 years in prison and a €75,000 fine. And this isn't an isolated case.
The actor has also been accused by more than a dozen other women of harassing, groping, or sexually assaulting them.
Over 20 women have accused him of inappropriate behavior over the years. There was even an investigation in 2018, but nothing came of it. Now, finally, he's in court. But if history tells us anything, it's that Depardieu has always had a way of slipping out of trouble.
When I was young, I was by myself, and I was scared about the woman.
And if you think his legal issues are messy, wait until you hear about his personal life. It's like a soap opera, but with more wine and fewer clothes. The only woman who got a ring. Depardieu's one and only legal wife was Elisabeth Guignot, a woman from a wealthy aristocratic family. They met in acting school, married in 1970, and had 2 kids, Guillaume, who tragically passed in 2008, and Julie, who followed her father into acting. Their marriage lasted 26 years, which is impressive considering Depardieu's extracurricular activities. Even after they separated, it took 14 court cases to finalize the divorce. 14! At that point, was it a legal battle or just a really expensive game of chicken? The Hollywood affair. In 1983, rumors swirled that Depardieu had a thing with Hollywood beauty Nastasia Kinski. Apparently, they checked into a hotel under fake names. Classic move. Depardieu never confirmed or denied it, and sometimes silence says everything. Illegitimate kids, at least 20. Depardieu has a certain charm that draws women to him, and when asked about his rumored illegitimate son Jean, he once joked, or maybe not, that he had at least 20 secret children and had simply paid off their mothers to stay quiet. Classy. One woman who didn't get that check was Karine Silla, a Senegalese model he dated in the late 90s. She got pregnant, thinking he'd finally leave his wife. He didn't. So she married another man, actor Vincent Perez, who ended up raising their daughter Roxanne. Years later, after the tragic loss of his son Guillaume, Depardieu reconnected with Roxanne, and they now have a strong relationship. The woman who stole him. One woman actually succeeded in getting Depardieu to leave his wife, Carole Bouquet. They were together from 1996 to 2005, but the tabloids had a field day exposing his affairs, and eventually, Carole had enough. From actress to vineyard queen. Enter Clémentine Igu, a literature teacher and writer, in 2005. She looked past his messy track record, and they've been together ever since. And in true French fashion, their love story turned into a vineyard business in Tuscany.
Now, see, that's got to work great on women. You meet women, you go, the son du wine. I mean, that's, you.
Because nothing says forever like a fine bottle of wine. The surprise son, Jean Depardieu. Just when you think the drama is over, another kid pops up. In 2006, it was revealed that Depardieu had a son, Jean, with Cambodian-French actress Hélène Bizot. Allegedly, as soon as Hélène told him she was pregnant, Depardieu disappeared. But she made sure Jean carried his famous last name. Final scene. The trial. And now, as Depardieu faces his biggest scandal yet, the question remains, will he finally be held accountable? Or will this just be another plot twist in the never-ending drama of Gérard Depardieu? Let's talk about déjà vu. Gérard Depardieu's trial isn't just a scandal, it's another chapter in a much bigger story. A story where once untouchable Hollywood and European cinema giants face long overdue reckonings. And if there's one name that instantly comes to mind in this conversation, it's Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey used to be one of the most highly rated actors in Hollywood, respected by critics and adored by several generations. However, we haven't heard much from the House of Cards star since he got in the middle of a sexual assault scandal in 2017. This is the real story of what happened to Kevin Spacey and his career after the misconduct allegations were posed against him.
Conclusions can be so deceiving.
In October 2017, BuzzFeed News published a story in which actor Anthony Rapp accused the 58-year-old of making an unwanted sexual advance towards him. The alleged victim, who was at that time aged 14, said that Spacey, then in his mid-20s, invited him to his apartment for a party, carried him to a bed, and laid on top of him. Spacey almost immediately took to Twitter to respond, saying he was horrified to hear that story, adding he didn't remember the encounter.
Why don't you just get down on your knees where you really belong?
He also wrote, "If I did behave then, as he describes, I owe him the sincerest apology for what would have been deeply inappropriate drunken behavior." In the same post, the Oscar-winning actor also publicly came out as gay. Many accused Spacey of trying to shift focus from the allegations to his homosexuality.
I'm looking for the least possible amount of responsibility.
That week, several more men came forward with allegations of sexual misconduct against Spacey. One of them said he had been in a sexual relationship with Spacey when he was 14 that ended after an attempted rape.
Actor Kevin Spacey has sexually assaulted my son.
It was the beginning of the end for Spacey and his career. Soon, his character, House of Cards genius and manipulative politician Frank Underwood, got killed in the series because of Netflix being deeply troubled by the reports. The network also announced it would no longer release Gore, a film about the writer Gore Vidal, in which Spacey starred. Numerous colleagues, including Zachary Quinto, criticized Spacey for coming out in response to Rapp's allegations, as if it could justify his actions. In November, the actor got removed from the forthcoming film, All the Money in the World, that had already been shot, and replaced by Christopher Plummer. In December, Spacey, charged with sexual assault, released quite a bizarre video evoking Frank Underwood, apparently in an attempt to defend himself.
But you wouldn't believe the worst without evidence, would you? You wouldn't rush to judgments without facts, would you? Did you?
In the video, Spacey declares himself to have been impeached without a trial, adding, however, "I feel surprisingly good, and my confidence grows each day that soon enough, you will know the full truth." But Spacey actually was under trial. The actor was charged with sexually assaulting a teenager at a bar in Massachusetts. In general, more than 30 accusers came forward against Spacey with allegations.
I'm special. I'm different. I could be any one of them. Well, guess what? You can't.
Mr. Spacey, whose reputation has been tremendously tarnished by the allegations, pleaded not guilty and was determined to spend as much time as it is needed to prove his innocence. Now, we already know how this case ended. Kevin Spacey was acquitted of harassment. The jury in a New York federal court made that decision. But while the legal battle may be over, his undoing as a Hollywood icon is complete. A comeback? Highly unlikely. Big studios still won't touch him. Major directors keep their distance. Acquitted or not, Spacey remains a Hollywood outcast.